So here we are, we'll go over, I have brooders on this side, but it seems like no matter how I try to arrange the camera, I can't get the whole room in. And we haven't put up the ceiling yet, so the light fixtures aren't in here yet, so the lighting is terrible. So I thought I'd go over a few things that are important in our chick shed. So we have different brooders over there. As you can see, they're all wandering around, doing their thing. Those are the older chicks. They don't have any heat lamps in there. They have one, but it's not on. They really don't need the heat. And this little guy is going to sit here and bother me until I give him the raisins. But we have, over on this side, we also have another 3 brooders. I'll probably have to pick up the camera to show you that side. Just a second. Just a couple of raisins. He's probably still not going to leave me alone, but anyway. Okay, so for younger chicks, when they come out here, if they have any breathing issues, anything respiratory-wise, there is something called Poultry Aid. It's Vet X. You can use that. You can put it in their water, and that will help them. And again, just like I said, inside, Nutri-Drench is your go-to for lethargic chicks. If anybody out here has been showing any signs of listlessness, just not acting right, Nutri-Drench. I haven't had to use any Epsom salt, but I did buy some because they said that if the chickens for the outside, if they're egg bound or something like that, you can soak them in Epsom salt and that'll help them. So I do have it on hand, although I haven't used it yet. An important thing to have on hand is Cord. It's important to have. You don't want to not have it and need it. You'd rather have it and not need it. So I just keep it in this container. Nobody gets into it. You shouldn't be into it, like you. For their water, Nutri-Drench is my go-to. It's really what I prefer. But Tractor Supply does sell these. It's an electrolyte and a probiotic that you could put in their water. It's for a gallon, so I put both of these, or I used to. I don't really use this anymore. I use the Nutri-Drench. But if you can only find this, you put them both in a gallon of water, shake it up really good, and put it in their water, and that'll give them a little boost. This is for outdoor chickens. It's Blue Coat. So if anybody winds up with any sores, abrasions, or something like that, we use this to keep it protected. And they say that it's a germicidal, and they say that it tastes really disgusting, although I'm not going to try to test that out. But they say that it stops the pecking from, other chickens pulling out their feathers and whatnot. So there's that. This is also an antimicrobial poultry care for wounds and such that you can spray on. Really simple. We haven't had to use this because we don't have a lot of problems detecting that, or at least not yet. As far as mites go, sometimes you're going to have mite problems. We got some Seramas in, and I don't know where I put it, but there's another thing. But you can also use Vaseline, coat their legs really good with that. Vitamin E, if anybody gets wry neck. Now these are just capsules. I'm sure there's a liquid. It's just a capsule. And I have a little tiny pair of scissors. You just cut off the top, and you could squeeze some in their beak, along with the Nutri-Drench if they get wry neck or something, and keep them separate. Wry neck isn't contagious, but it's stressful. So when your baby chicks get that, or if they happen to get that, you want to keep them separated just so they can have that time to relax and do their thing. Poultry Cell is a vitamin supplement. That's for outdoor, for the chicken yard. We put it in their water here and there. So, that gives them the vitamins that they need. So that's going to go back inside. So, there's just different things that you can use to help keep everybody healthy and content. And we use this, now just recently we had a goose with angel wing. And what that is when their wings stick out, and they say it's a vitamin deficiency or it's genetics or whatever it might be, the problem is there. And what we did is we took this and we wrapped it, and it's actually gone. It only took 48 hours. It's gone. So angel wing is a very easy fix, and this is great stuff. It's just a vet wrap. That's all it is. You don't need tape or anything. We actually took a kid's t-shirt and put it around and tied it in the back, so just to make sure that this stayed clean and he didn't get anything under his wings. So there's that. And it's not, I just keep everything, try to keep it all together. That way when you're looking for something, you can just, it's all in one place and you don't have to search for it. So, I guess this one here wants you to see what's going on. So this is my favorite little buddy. He's good. This is my Raisin Eater. He's just silky, all white. He's way past his time to go outside, but she's the keeper of the chicks. She sits here and she babysits. There's nobody in this other brooder here, this one. Come on, you gotta go back. These guys will be going outside soon. As you can see, they're all over the place. And I wanted to show you the chicks that I showed you inside for our color project for the Orpingtons. I showed you it wasn't quite dry. It's the mix between the lavender and the buff Orpingtons. So this is what we get. Let's try to get the light. I don't think it's going to, oh, there he goes. Look how pretty that is. That's an older one. This one's only about 3 days old, actually. They just like to do their own thing. And over here, let me show you some of what we have. It's about 2 months old now. This is an Amsomani. We have a few of these. It's the all black chicken. So the wattles, the beak, bones, skin, organs, all of it is black. We have a flock of these outside, but this is one of their babies. We have a couple of these that are on hold right now. As chicks, and then you can tell some chickens you can color text. So these are salmon favorels. So you see how his wings are black? that's a male. And this one, more brown. See the difference? So this is a female, and this is a male. Come back there. This one is a little bit older, same color project, just bigger. See, he's bigger, getting his wings in. He's staying a chocolate color, which is really awesome. I'm just waiting for them to grow up and see what they're going to be, what they're going to look like, because that's a really pretty color. But we have 2 air conditioners in here right now because we're in Florida, so it does get super hot midday. So both need to run midday, but in the evening time you can turn one off, but you got to come back out in the morning and make sure, you just got to really pay attention to the temperature in here. When we first moved the chicks out here, the 1 AC was good enough, but with the heat lamps it caused obviously too much heat, and we lost probably about, I don't know, 8 to 10 chicks because of that. So we got it taken care of. It's cool enough. They all have their heat lamps, and you can see they raise there. So we have the different brooders because of different size chicks. So things that are like something that's this size, you obviously wouldn't want to put, I just don't want them to jump and get hurt, but you obviously wouldn't want to put something this size with my little white silky. And she's fine, she's kind of like a mama, but normally chicks that big will accidentally stomp on the smaller chicks. So you want to try to keep them, in their size range. But that's about it. Every morning we come out, we change their water. Every evening we do the same. They have food 24/7. The pine shavings, this is a mistake that I made when I originally started, and they said pine shavings. So I just got pine shavings. But what you need big pine shavings, big ones. Not the little ones like you buy at Walmart for hamster cages and whatnot. You want the shavings that they use in horse stalls, the big shavings. Otherwise you can cause respiratory issues, breathing issues, and you don't want to have that battle. So this is the chick shed. I turn you to see this one. I can actually just take the camera to show you this one. So these guys, this is a mix. These are the salmon favorels, some Amsomanis, and I see a Rhode Island red has escaped from the neighboring brooder. So we'll move that one back over there. These are black astrolorps and Rhode Island reds. And these are pheasants. These guys are being held for their new home, which they'll be going to Saturday when we go to the farm swap in Interlaken. So we'll be taking them to her. And then you've already seen these brooders. But these are really just totes, and the reason I like these is because they're plastic. They're really easy to clean. And as you can see, some buildup gets in here, so that's really easy to clean. And they're see-through, so the chicks can see you as you're walking through, and even though they're really skittish and they run about a lot, they don't do it as much if they can see you all the time, so it's not a big surprise. And you got to keep in mind that chickens are just naturally always looking for predators from above. It's just nature. So when you're sticking your hand in over top of their head, it's scary. So that's what I've come up with as far as why they run all the time, no matter how many times you have your hands in these brooders. So that is the chicken shed, and that's what's going on out here. I think I've covered everything. The feed that we feed is medicated pig starter. That's what we use. Haven't had any issues with that. I try not to swap them up. But another thing I don't know if anybody noticed is I like to, when I come out here, I don't do it inside of the smaller brooder, but when I come out here, I raise the waterers up, because no matter how many times you change them, they're going to get, I don't know, you probably can't even see in there, but they're going to get shavings in there. So you want to try to keep that from happening as much as possible, because if they eat, you know, if they're shaving, they poop on the shavings get in their water, then that means the poop is in their water. So if the poop is in their water and they're drinking it, then they're drinking poop, which is where they get coccidia. So we want to avoid that. We don't want to have to use Corid. We would love to not use that at all. But yeah, that's what's going on in here. I don't think there's anything else to show you in here, but if you have any questions, just let me know. All right, till next time. Bye-bye.